Hello and welcome to Last Week at the Movies. Last week we saw Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
Yes.
And joining me to talk about this new film is Danny.
Hi.
How's it going, Danny?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, we saw Last Jedi.
Yes, we did.
And before we get into it, I kind of want to talk about our level of fandom for Star Wars. Okay.
I'll go first.
Let's start with you.
Mine's very short.
Let's hear your Star Wars story. How about that?
Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not much to my story. Very casual fan, I would say. I was introduced to the movies only 6 years ago when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
So.
You didn't see any before that?
No.
Like scenes?
No.
Or like... Mm-mm. Yeah, because by then, all 3 prequels would have been out.
Yeah. Like, the only experience that I had
No, like,
is...
being forced into a theater or anything?
No, never
That's
forced
crazy.
into a theater. I have choices in life, and that wasn't one of the choices that I made.
Your first Star Wars theater experience was Episode 1.
Yeah.
In 3D.
In 3D in, 2011 or something?
I think that's when that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Before then, the only thing I knew is...
Because I think after that...
a kid that I knew had like a party, Star Wars party. It was like Sith party. And I didn't even know...
Did you know what Star Wars was?
Like, I knew what it was, but I was just like, I don't even know who these characters are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're brand new.
I guess.
So after that, I showed you the other 2 prequels, right?
Yes.
Episode 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then it took,
a
year later to watch it.
You kept falling asleep during the original trilogy.
It was just during the Return of the Jedi.
That was the hard one. That was the hard one to get you through. So what's your favorite one?
Well, I guess I'm gonna... Okay, so before this... Ooh, I guess A New Hope. That's like a good one.
That's a good one?
Yeah, because I can't say the prequels.
You can.
I mean, I could, but will I? No.
Probably not. You enjoyed them, though.
I mean, I was okay with them.
Yeah. You don't remember them too well, either.
Yeah, and I think I don't have that, like, link to the old school fandom, so, like, my opinions don't really matter. Let's just say that. But yeah,
So
I wasn't like
does.
upset. Yes, because you're like.
So I grew up with the original trilogy.
Yes.
On VHS.
Yikes. Just kidding.
Yeah, that wasn't even widescreen. I didn't have the luxury of that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I wasn't like a Uber collector for that. But yeah, Star Wars has been around pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
I own the original trilogy 4 different times, if you didn't know that. Twice on VHS.
I wish I did know that.
The prequel trilogy 2 times. So.
Wow.
And episode 1 on VHS.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm a super nerdy about it. Like, to a fault, I would say.
I mean, whenever you're asleep, I can hear you just go like, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars.
It's part of my life.
I'd say in, like, your life ranking, Star Wars is number 1. I guess family would be second.
Yikes. No, I don't think so.
Well, actually, Star Wars are our dog and then your family.
What about you? What's in there?
Well, I'm
Where
your
am I?
family.
Oh. No, but with that being said, my favorite movie is The Empire Strikes Back. Episode 5. You know that already.
Yes.
You should.
Yes.
Should know that. Okay.
I think your favorite is Attack of the Clones.
No, that's the worst one.
No.
And you know that.
You love this one.
No.
Yes.
Attack of the Clones has one of the best
Dylan's
soundtracks,
favorite.
though. Screw you, Danny. It is
Yeah, it's the
Empire Strikes
popular.
Back. It's
Yes.
the wrong... You got the wrong middle chapter.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure. Whatever you want to tell people out there.
So speaking of middle chapters then, that's the newest movie. The Last Jedi is the middle chapter of this brand new trilogy.
That's true.
So we'll get into that today. We're going to start with non-spoilers.
Yes.
Right off the bat, how did you feel about this movie?
I loved it.
Like a lot.
Like a lot. I really enjoyed it. I was very upset that almost towards the end I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I had to actually get up too. It was a longer movie.
It was long.
Did you feel the time? Because this is the longest Star Wars movie that's been made.
It didn't feel long to me. Like, obviously there were points in the movie where you're like, oh, it's slowing down. But I wasn't like checking my phone, because that's kind of like the giveaway sign with me where I like check the time on my phone. But I didn't do that because number one, I'm respectful.
Because they say no phone zone at the beginning. Yes. Even though it always is, but I guess this one's a little more special because of Star Wars and fans get a little crazy when you check the phones.
Yeah, with this one, a person had to tell you no phones.
Yeah. Hey, they didn't play a little turn off your phone advertisement before the movie, huh? I think they took that out so the guy can tell us.
Probably.
And introduce the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw it at Harkin Cine 1.
Yes.
With 83 feet
82,
wide.
I think.
82. I think it was 82 that you say it. 82 wide, feet wide screen with Dolby Atmos sound.
Yeah,
so
pretty cool.
What'd you think of the sound quality and
awesome
mix? Yeah, it's pretty dope. See, I could actually hear the soundtrack this time rather than from Force Awakens. I wasn't able to hear it really. That was a bad sound check. But
I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, I try to listen to those things.
Yeah, I know you did.
Common themes. This one had a lot more.
Yeah, I could say that
themes.
It like made sense.
Yeah.
Like if I close my eyes, I'd be like, I don't know which movie I'm listening to, but I know it's one of the Star Wars movies.
Right, yeah. Definitely. It's got that iconic tunes.
Yeah, that rock and roll.
Yeah. So, I love this film as well.
Cool.
There was times where I was, I told you I was iffy about it.
Yeah.
That's because I was getting angry at a few things.
You were.
But, not like angry at the film, like Rogue One made me angry.
Yeah.
It's completely different anger, which we'll talk about in spoilers.
Yeah, I just think because you have such a much deeper connection to them than I do, you had a few problems. And also because you're like very into movies and like stuff like that, and I'm just like, if I watch it, I like it. I'm very like kiddish like that, I guess.
Well, if you like it, you like it,
Yeah.
If it entertains you, then you're going to be invested. And it entertained you. This was one of your favorite Star Wars movies, huh?
That's a spoiler? Oh, well, no, I guess I already said I loved it. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Is it
I'd
the
say
favorite?
That this one would be my favorite.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that yet. It's definitely up there, though. It can't outrank Empire Strikes Back for me, I think. It's a completely different level.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would like my thoughts on it. But
during spoilers?
No.
Or what do you mean?
Like, I don't think anyone would love that I think this is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of people hate it for some reason.
Yes, that's true. And then also because I think people are like, you have to love, like, one of the original trilogy. You can't love the newest one, but...
Hey, technically, you didn't grow up with it, so...
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's your personal preference.
True.
Everybody's opinion matters and is valid. So, I wouldn't worry about that, but...
No, I'm just saying, I think...
Yeah.
It's hard for people like you that grow up with it to say, yeah, this one's going to be my favorite when you have a lot more history with the other ones.
Definitely. If any one of us is going to nitpick it, it'd be me, but
oh, yeah.
I didn't have to do that.
And if anyone's going to hate it, it's me.
Right. And that's a telltale sign.
Yeah.
That if you liked it, then that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because you don't like every Star Wars movie.
No. Or
is absolutely obsessed with it or anything.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are complaining about the humor.
I
loved it. What did you think about the humor? I thought it was good humor.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a spoiler. I think it's in the trailers. Is the Finn and Rose subplot. A lot of people are complaining about that one too.
Well, you didn't love it either.
I didn't love it, but it felt necessary. You know.
Yeah.
It kind of slowed some scenes down that I wanted to continue without jumping away to them yet. But at the end of the movie, it actually that subplot pays off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think people are giving it enough credit. That it's actually it's there for a purpose, not to just pad out the film. The original cut was over 3 hours.
Yikes.
So they already cut down unnecessary things, and I'm sure these filmmakers know what they're doing, and they would cut any unnecessary crap out of it.
I'd hope so.
I would hope so too. That's not the case for a lot of other things too, though. Whatever. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts that isn't spoilers? It's hard to talk about this movie without going to spoilers.
Yeah, it really is.
Because I don't want to give away a whole lot.
I just think that if you want a good time, go watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It doesn't get, at least for me, it didn't get boring like in the middle of it like some of them can.
Like Rogue One.
Yeah. I don't like that movie.
No, that's the earliest, like I guess the latest example that I can pull up right now is that it really drags at parts. I don't think this does.
No, and like it's not like it's fast-paced action throughout the entire movie.
It gives you time to breathe.
But I feel like whenever it does slow down, like you're still entertained with what's happening. You're not like, oh, can I move on? Like, no, at least for me, like I said, I really liked it.
There was a couple points with the Finn and Rose thing, but it didn't. When I was thinking that, it didn't drag on too long after that.
Yeah.
So it's like they knew. You know, it's like, okay, here. Okay, let's cut this. You know, yeah, cut here.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering what all of that material they cut, what part of the movie it was, because we know none of.
I wonder if maybe it even like makes Finn and Rose's like story arc even more important.
Maybe.
And they're like backed off a bit, and that's why some people think that it's not necessary in the movie, but maybe they took some stuff out that maybe would have made people feel differently.
Yeah. How would you feel if that subplot was completely gone?
Well, like I don't think we can really talk about.
Oh,
spoilers.
We probably can't talk about that just yet. Then.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
I think I liked it. So.
Yeah. Right. Other than that, I don't know if I have anything else to really say other than before spoilers. Other than I loved it. Okay, so before we get into spoilers, we'll go ahead and rate it.
Cool.
What would you give it?
1 out of 5?
Yes.
5.
No, yeah, so just 5 stars?
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you 5 stars too.
Yeah.
So 5 stars. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend it to anybody, really. Especially if you watched The Force Awakens and loved it. You're going to love this too, I think, even more. Now, would you say, if you didn't like Force Awakens, would you say they wouldn't like this either? Because that's a tough one. Because it just depends on people's preference. It's one of those things I think you should just go see it and judge it for yourself.
I feel like if you didn't like The Force Awakens, I think you should still give this one a shot.
Yeah. Because it's continuing most of the original characters now.
Yeah, I like that it's continuing. Obviously, I think this isn't spoilery or anything, but obviously you get a lot more Luke.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you also get some surprise old characters. Character.
Right.
So I think if you didn't like The Force Awakens, which how did you not? But everyone's entitled to their opinion.
A lot of people didn't like it.
But I think if you didn't, I think you should still give it a shot.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like Force Awakens because it was a retread of New Hope, and I'm not going to get into that. That's ridiculous. People are saying this might be a retread of Empire too. Blah, blah.
Really?
Yeah. I guess there's Star Wars similarities. It's not a beat for beat remake like everyone was calling Force Awakens was with New Hope, which it isn't.
No.
That's just ridiculous.
I agree.
Watch them back to back, or no, watch them at the same time, and it won't be.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that.
I agree.